Hello, my loves. We are asking Spirit Source, what is happening on an energetic level in regards to your love life? Guardians of the highest light, the Divine Spirit, please tell us. Wow. I knew it was going to come out. I knew it. I could feel it. We have protection and initiation. It feels like ultimately, you guys are in this space where you are getting energetically familiar. There's this level of almost like spiritual training that both of you are experiencing in this space. And it's like, regardless of how things are playing out physically, all you have to do is recognize, thank you, Spirit, that this is protected, that this is heavily, heavily protected by the divine guardian angels. We're going to pull some runes here. Oh, they said pull one more. I'm going to I was going to pull some tarot cards. Said rune. Pull more rune. Of course. The unknowable. The blank rune. This basically talks about fate. It talks about destiny. It talks about you kind of having to surrender your idea of what you think is supposed to happen, because ultimately you really don't know. And it's important that in that space of creating expectations that you kind of move away, because it feels like maybe that in itself comes from that the creating expectation comes from a place of like codependent attachment, okay? Feeling like you need security of the future in order to be present within what you're experiencing now. One more. I all of a sudden got a throat, a blockage in the throat area, and then I also feel that in the sacral as well. Interesting. Okay, so of course at the top we have the Two of Cups. Upright. What else? Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. This is so weird. So we have the Two of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups. So on an energetic level, it feels like there is this pure intrinsic understanding of the divine unconditional love that flows between you guys on a soul level. And I mean, we can experience this with absolutely any soul we come into contact with, but it's, you know, there's certain people that we meet where that energy is just so viscerally present that it kind of like takes you, it throws you off guard a little bit. It's like a little bit, it's, you know, it's a little bit confusing at times. And then we have Judgment and the Eight of Swords reversed. So it also feels like, you know, a part of this was truly designed to get you to realize all the ways in which you have grown past old versions of self. Okay? It feels like this it's almost like this love is now being offered to you because of how you have overcome certain limiting beliefs, feelings of unworthiness, the journey of self-love, truly. The Devil. The Devil, the Ten of Wands reverse, and the Four of Swords reverse. Yeah, it was like in the past, you might have been in this space where you really kind of refused to acknowledge the pain that you were carrying. It feels like almost like they showed me a vision of a dragonfly, and then it starts raining. And the dragonfly just skims the water right over the top. It never fully dives really deep. And I feel like in the past, that was keeping you from understanding, thank you, Spirit, where your insecurities were, what was holding you back, what was limiting you. But it feels like you finally had the opportunity, or you've given yourself a chance, or maybe you're going to give yourself a chance now after watching this, to flip that devil up reverse, okay, not upright, you're going to flip it reverse and see things with full transparency, okay? Shine the light on the areas of your soul that have been kind of trapped in this heavy darkness, okay? Okay, what is the advice, Spirit? Wow, that was clear. Interesting. So we have the High Priestess. We have the Nine of Swords reverse and the Knight of Swords reverse. So this to me is basically saying stand in your intuitive awareness of what's taking place, but don't take action towards it. And also don't allow yourself to like be worried about what's actually happening. Whether you're like consciously or unconsciously experiencing this or feeling this on a certain level, it's really, again, important not to sit there and try to dissect it, try to understand it. It feels like there's a very deep spiritual bond here. And it's like, if you're going to sit here and try to let the rational mind run the show, it's going to be a very, very tough battle. And it's almost like in that moment of letting the rational mind take over, you're choosing the fears, the doubts, the insecurities, the feelings of unworthiness. Thank you, Spirit. Wow, so loud right now. It's like, you know, and that's ultimately what's causing the Nine of Swords, feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like this, you know, isn't possible, that, you know, it's too good to be true, when in reality, your soul knows what's taking place, okay? So it's like, sit back, enjoy what you are experiencing, allow it to be present, don't take action on it. That's not necessarily what it's meant for at this time, in this moment. Interesting. So, okay, nice. So we have the Eight of Cups and the Six of Swords. We also have the Seven of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. Okay, so the Page of Swords flipped over on top of the Nine of Swords, okay? So basically, what I'm seeing with that is, like, right now, you're in a period of time where you're learning how to communicate with these shadows. You're learning how to identify these shadows within yourself. You are learning how to ultimately harness the power of your shadow without letting it subconsciously rule over your awareness, where instead of responding, you are reactive, okay? So it's like you, thank you, Spirit. I gotta, it's like ultimately you're being given this opportunity right now where you're at to ultimately just like be okay with what's just presented itself to you in your life, okay? And ultimately, Spirit's like, acknowledge it, embrace it, enjoy it, but don't pursue this, okay? If that makes sense, because at the end of the day, the reality of the matter is that there's still a lot of shadows that need to come to light. There's still a lot of, you know, there's still a lot of healing work that needs to take place. There's still a lot of releasing that needs to happen before either one of you is ready to like really hold space for each other in a divine connection type of way. And so basically Spirit is saying, look, okay, we brought this person in, the awareness is there, the connection is there, allow it to just be what that is. Like, don't try to make more out of it than what it is currently, okay? We have the Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Spirit's almost like, just kind of let yourself release this, okay? Let yourself continue to move forward on this path as you are letting go of these old versions of yourself. And recognize that that connection is going to kind of just like rest where it's at right now, okay? So it almost feels like you know, this could be, maybe you have a trip that you're planning, maybe you're traveling soon, but it feels like there's some part of you that is very symbolically like moving through something in your life that is allowing you to release something really significant. And I get all this throat blockage. Maybe this is something you have struggled to express for a very long time. Wow, we have the Moon reverse, we have the Ten of Cups, and we have the King of Wands. Wow, so it's like this person's feelings towards you are not hidden, okay? It feels like, you know, the way that I'm probably going to do a part 2 on this. You know, let's just move to the part 2.